Okay, the B says that K is equal to root of K is equal to square root of A into bracket 5 minus B bracket close all over 4 minus D, and you're asked to make what? You have to make D the subject, right?
Yes.
Okay. What don't you understand here? Let me figure out first. Then I know the problem.
Okay. So I was doing it.
First of all, how did you do it?
I squared both sides, so I got k squared is equal to a bracket open 5 minus b over 4 minus d.
Yeah.
That was where the difficulty started.
Yeah, you square both sides, so you're gonna get this implies k squared is equal to a 5 minus b over 4 minus d, right?
Yes.
So now you don't know what to do.
Yes.
Okay. You need this 4 minus d. There's so many ways to do it. One of the easiest ways is that you need this 4 minus d, right, to come to the top, or you need the 4 minus d to become the subject, so you move it to this side. Yeah, you multiply both sides by 4 minus d. But let me do it the first way that I think you can do it. If you have a is equal to b is the same as 1 over a is equal to 1 over b. Okay, you understand?
Yes.
Are you writing it down? You know, or you just you didn't know? If you have if a is 2 times 3 and b is 6, this implies same way. If you find the inverse of it, 1 over 2 times 3 is the same as 1 over 6. That's what it means. Okay, 2 times 3 is 6, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you understand from here?
Yes.
These are basic principles in mathematics you need to get at your fingertips, so that when you face a problem, you can choose the easiest root principle. We can easily say that 1 over k squared is equal to 4 minus d over a into bracket 5 minus b. Okay.
Why does the A5 minus B go down?
That is what I just showed you, that this is one way of doing it. You can do it the inverse way. So that means
So the A part is the B. No, so the A part is the denominator and the K part is representing A in 1 over A.
no, it's just you want to you are looking for the d to be the subject, so you just want it to be at the top. In the same way, if this one you what's that? Did you send me something?
No.
All right. Um, this is one way of doing it, and you hold on. You understand what I'm doing. Then you can
Okay.
ask questions. Now you need to get rid of everything that is here at the bottom. Yeah. So you have to multiply through by the whole thing here. So you multiply the left side by this, and you multiply the right side by a into bracket 5 minus b. So this 5 minus b will go off on the right side, and then you get 4. Then you just switch it over as well, or you can just keep it for now and switch it over later on. So let's keep it for now. So you have a into brackets 5 minus b over k squared is equal to 4 minus d. Alright? It's equal to 4 minus d. So now you have just 4 minus d on the right side. So you can just flip it over, and then you get 4 minus d is equal to a into brackets 5 minus b bracket closed over k squared. Alright? Over k squared. Let me write the k properly. Over k squared. So we need to get rid of the 4 on the left side so that d can stand on its own. So you can subtract 4 on both sides. Alright? And so this implies minus d is equal to a into brackets 5 minus b bracket closes all over k squared minus 4. But we're looking for make d the subject, but we have minus 4 here. So you have to multiply through by minus 1 to get rid of the minus. Okay?
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yes.
Alright. So now if you multiply through by minus 1, Then you come and get D is equal to minus A into bracket 5 minus B bracket closes over K squared plus 4. You can rearrange this whole thing to get D to be equal to what? 4 minus A into brackets 5 minus B all over K squared. Alright?
Okay.
If you want to put them together, you can still go ahead and simplify this whole thing as what's the common denominator here? It's K squared, yeah?
Yes.
So it is what? 4 goes, you have K squared here, and so you have 4K squared. You know how to do this. Minus A into brackets B, 5 minus B, bracket close. Then you simplify the whole thing. You know how to find the common denominator when you want to put two fractions together.
Yes.
Okay. So it's just like if you have 3 plus 2 over 3 plus maybe 3 plus maybe 5 over 2. The 3 is over 1. You know that
Yes.
every number is over 1. So
sir, did you multiply K squared by 4?
Yes, I'm trying to explain it to you with using common simple numbers. So if you want to put this and this together, you can write that this is over 1. This 4 here is over 1. So the LCM of 1 and 2 is 2, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So 1 goes into 2, 2. So it is what? 2 times 3 here, isn't it? Which is 6. Then plus 2 goes into 2, 1 times 5 is 5. Alright, so here you get a 5 here, same way. Then you can simplify it to be 11 over 2. Alright, then you get 5.5. In the same way, you have 4 over 1 minus A into bracket 5 minus B bracket closes over K squared. So the LCM of 1 and K squared is what? K squared. You understand that?
Yes.
So that's the denominator here. And so 1 goes into K squared is K squared. So times 4 is 4K squared minus K squared goes into K squared 1 times this whole thing. You still get minus A into bracket 5 minus B bracket closes. That's how we got this.
Okay.
I'm going to use the other approach to simplify. Have you finished writing it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to use the other approach, and then you see that we get to the same answer without using the inverse approach. You only use the inverse approach if you feel comfortable with it. You don't have to use it. You got you got k squared bracket 4
Mm,
4 minus d bracket close is
no,
equal to
please. I remove the
a
5 so it makes
5
difficult.
minus b. This is what you got. Is that what you got?
Yes.
So what did you do from here?
My mind was off the 5. So it's,
You have two items here, a and everything in the bracket. So what do you do?
yes.
What do you need to get rid of one by one? In your mind, when you're doing mathematics, solving problem, in your mind, especially when you want to isolate something, you get rid of everything around it one by one. It is that simple. First, you need to get rid of this a here. How do you get rid of the a? How do you get rid of the a? I'm listening.
Divide on both sides.
Yeah, so you don't have to you don't have to waste time to say that.
Yes, so when
So
I did it, I
you
made
have
I
uh-huh.
made A the subject and I removed 5, so that's how I got my answer. I got confused. I wrote them questions.
You don't need to make A the subject because you want to make B the subject. You need to divide both sides.
Yes, then
Sorry?
I said when I was answering, I wrote the wrong question, and instead of making B the subject, I made A the subject. That's why.
Alright, make B the subject. Let me see.
Okay. Okay, so my answer is B is equal to K square bracket open 4 minus D over A plus 5. Hello.
Hello. How did you get a B to go to this plus 5? Okay. You you're missing your sign. You need to look at it again. Alright. Now you get K squared. This implies K squared 4 minus D over A is equal to what? 5 minus b. So the minus 5. Sorry, I said minus 5. You need to get rid of the 5. So if you have, if you have 5 minus b is equal to k squared over 4 minus d over a. Now you want to switch this over. You want it to be b minus 5. What do you do?
Subtract 5 from both sides.
No, you want it to be b minus 5 instead of 5 minus b.
You want it to be b minus 5.
Because you're looking for b, you are not looking for minus b. Okay, let's go ahead. We subtract 5 from both sides. You subtract 5 from both sides, you come and get minus b. This implies minus b
Yes.
is equal to all this here, k squared 4 minus d over a, then minus 5, all minus 5, isn't it? So now you have minus b, you want b, so what do?
You multiply through by minus 1.
Okay, so if you multiply through by minus 1, you get b is equal to. In the same way, you could have multiplied through by minus 1 at this stage. That's why I was asking you. Yeah? If you multiply through by minus 1, this becomes minus 5, this becomes b, and this whole thing becomes minus k squared into bracket 4 minus d bracket close over a. But you can do it at this stage as well. You multiply. Maths is something that you need to understand, that you can do a whole lot of things if you understand how to do things. Okay, you can do it at every stage if you want to. You could have multiplied through by minus 1 here or at the end as we are doing now. So minus b is equal to, if you multiply through by minus 1, this whole thing, this whole block here becomes minus, and the minus 5 become plus. So then you get 5 minus, so you see your answer you gave me is wrong. 5 minus, it's not 5 plus, k squared brackets 4 minus.
Why isn't it 5? Why isn't it plus 5?
Oh, you can write plus 5 here, it doesn't matter. But this whole thing is minus.
As minus k squared 4 minus d over a plus 5.
You can write it that way, but that's not what you told me. You said k squared 4 minus d bracket close over a plus 5. You didn't say minus k squared. Yeah? You can say minus k squared into bracket 4 minus d bracket close over a plus 5. The same thing. Okay? So what's the next one? That, because we haven't even done what we're supposed to do. So what's the next one?
The c.
This one.
Yes.
um you're supposed to make t the subject. Yeah, you have m is equal to n plus p m, m is equal to